French ambassador to the United States, Monsieur Gerard Araud. Good to talk to you again. I'm sorry it's under these conditions, Mr. Ambassador. When did you learn that Notre Dame was on fire? Tell us your reaction.
Well, you know, I didn't think that I could be so emotional, and I'm still, well, it's unbelievable. You know, for me, it's, and for us, for the French, it's the symbol of Paris. You know, I can't think of the skyline of Paris without the spire of Notre Dame, you know, which has just collapsed. It's 1,000 years of my history, of it's our national identity which is burning. You know, it's awful. You know, I'm sorry to be so emotional, but you know, there are not words, you know, to say.
No need to apologize. In fact, Mr. Macron said, like all our countrymen, I'm sad tonight to see this part of us burn. The idea that Notre Dame Cathedral is actually not just a building, it is part of all of France, including the French people.
You know, it really, and when I was passing by Notre Dame, you know, really I was looking at Notre Dame without having a feeling, and suddenly I realized, you know, facing this disaster, this destruction, how much it mattered for us, you know, how much it was a part of ourselves.
Ambassador Araud, do you know, have you been given any indication how close firefighters are to getting this fire out, how confident they are that they will be able to beat back the fire within the next hour and a half?
No, I really, you know, fire is always so unpredictable. You know, here we are talking of a frame of 30 tons of wood, which is burning. Nobody knows the temperature now inside the cathedral, and as you heard, if the bells of the cathedral really are melting, if they collapse, it's also the two towers which could collapse. So if the firemen don't succeed to stop the fire in 1 hour and a half, all the cathedral was totally destroyed. You know, and it's quite difficult. The fire is at 100 feet. And as was explained, it's not possible to use water tankers, which could only worsen the situation of the building. So I think we have only to pray now.
Do you know anything about, obviously the architecture of the building and the spire, and losing that is heartbreaking. Do you know anything about the artwork inside Notre Dame Cathedral, the crown of thorns or the holy sacraments that are there?
I read, but I don't have any more information. I read that actually the relics, the holy relics, and part of the art pieces have been evacuated. You know, especially as you say, the holy cross, holy thorn. I hope, but I was told where it was evacuated.
The Paris prosecutors have opened an investigation into this fire. Is there any indication that this was intentional as opposed to accidental?
You know, when you have any fire, immediately you have an investigation which is launched, because even if it's an accident, there will be the problem of the responsibility of the accident, from who is responsible, or whether there is a human responsibility in the accident. As you know, there was a big restoration work going on. Part of the church was actually covered by scaffolds, and apparently, but again, apparently the fire started from the scaffold. So we have to wait for the investigation.
Ambassador Araud, thank you for taking time on such an emotional day for you. I know that this will be rebuilt, and I know that it will be stronger than before, but our hearts go out to you and all of our brothers and sisters in France tonight.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
I want to bring in CNN Chief International Correspondent Clarissa